those individuals who took certain actions these last week, or last 2 weeks really, they were disrespectful to the families involved. That's the bottom line. They were disrespectful to the families who had lost their loved one. And I can't understand why anyone would do such a thing in a context like that. I think it just defies a lot of what we all feel is the right and decent thing to do when you're dealing with a family in pain.
All right, that's the mayor of New York saying that the police officers who turned their backs on him did the wrong thing, disrespected the families in mourning, and disrespected the citizens of New York. Joining us now, Pat Lynch, president of the NYPD, New York City Patrolmen's Benevolent Association. Hey, Pat, how are you, sir?
Hey, Steve, good to be on with you again.
All right, first and foremost, 2 police officers shot in the Bronx yesterday, confronting suspects in a robbery. What's their condition?
They're doing well. They're in serious condition. We believe they'll make a full recovery, but it's too early to tell. But it just goes to show the dangerous situation New York City police officers are in each and every day because of the atmosphere on the street, where every interaction now turns into a challenge, where the perps are emboldened to fire their weapons at police officers. And we can even discuss the fact that they're carrying those weapons in the first place. So here we are, a short time after burying our brother police officer Lou, and the next day we have another shooting in the Bronx.
And so you think that there's a climate now that led to that, that enhanced the possibility of that being a shooting yesterday?
Absolutely. We have demonstrations in the streets, and we're not against demonstrations. We're a union. We demonstrate ourselves, and we as police officers, we police demonstrations. But the message that was on the street that went unchecked, what do we want dead cops, when do we want it now? It went unchecked. It created an atmosphere on the street that's been building. We predicted, unfortunately, this was going to happen, and the worst did. Two police officers were assassinated a day after burying our hero brothers. We have 2 more police officers shot in the
And
Bronx.
we're going to put on the screen right now a picture of the suspect wanted in that shooting. So certainly if there he is, it's a video. It's a little hard to see, but anybody with any information, certainly call the police department and tell them what you know. All right, Pat, you heard what the mayor said. Instead of, in my view, instead of being conciliatory, instead of apologizing to you guys, did he up it by criticizing those who turned his back their backs on him at the funerals?
He absolutely did. And what he also did is he spends weeks, if not months, praising protesters on the street who were given a vile, deadly message unchecked. And then when police officers respectfully send a message, not inside a church, but on the street where it belongs, not against our hero families, but against the mayor, that's wrong and disrespectful? Well, I respectfully disagree with him.
Yeah, all right. And so when he says that you disrespected the families and the citizens of New York City, what do you say?
We can talk to police officers, and they'll know the number of police officers that died since they've been on the job. They'll remember their names. When all others that are elected walk away and disappear, New York City police officers still remember that moment when a police officer was killed. We'll always stand by our fellow police officers. You've been with us at different fundraisers and different events and different rallies where the name of a police officer killed in the line of duty is announced.
I've read the honor roll.
That's right. And when a family member of our line of duty deaths is announced, what happens? Police officers rise to their feet to show respect.
Absolutely.
We'll never forget and we'll never disrespect.
The mayor reappointed a judge just before the new year, Judge Laura Johnson, who gave no bail, let a career criminal, 18 years old, who had made a terroristic threat against cops. He aimed a gun at a police car, put it online. He was arrested. They wanted $250,000 bail. The judge said no bail, let him out. And the mayor then reappointed this judge after she let this guy out. What does that say about the mayor?
That right there says that was an opportunity for him to turn down the temperature and say, look, to the citizens, to the protesters, to the cops, we support police officers for putting themselves at risk. We all should support them. So we can't support a judge that's letting a potential cop killers out in the street. And why do I say that? Because in the case where police officer Fagaski was killed, the perp that killed him was released on bail by another judge. It happens. That could have been a message there, say, enough's enough. you're not thinking rationally as a judge, you won't be appointed, especially in the atmosphere we are now. But he chose otherwise.
Where are you and where are the cops with the mayor today as compared to when you made your original statement about blood at City Hall? Is it worse, the relationship?
Look, it's getting worse because he keeps making statements against police officers. What we're saying is the atmosphere was created on the street. It went unchecked, and that created an atmosphere that emboldens criminals to challenge police officers and even shoot police officers. Now, we look at this
we got 10 seconds, Pat, so yeah, finish up.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
we're talking about a person that killed, assassinated police officers, traveled through many states to come to New York. You have to ask yourself why.
That's absolutely true. Pat, God bless you. Thank you very much. Happy New Year, and all the best to those two officers.
All the best to you, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Pat
sir.
Lynch, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, Danny Danon of the Likud Party in Israel.